What's going on, guys? JFC here. Today, EA dropped the 85 plus Team of the Week player SBC, and we're actually going to do that in this video at the end. So if you guys stay around to the end, I'm actually going to complete this upgrade right here, 85 plus Team of the Week player upgrade. So they dropped that today, which did some things to the market. We've also got, it's maybe a slight bit of a rebound right now in the market. And also we've got some things to think about that could be coming tomorrow because EA right now are just full of surprises. New things coming out all the time that we just are not expecting. So yeah, I guess let's start off with the first thing that happened today. And that was 85s went very, very high. The Team of the Week player SBC came out, and all your 85s pretty much went up about 3-4K depending on whenever you bought. Right now they're going for like 11K, 11.25, 11.5. I sold all mine 11.5 and 11.75 today. But the rest of the fodder market did not go up very much, if anything at all, because of the fact that you just needed an 84 rated team with 3 above 85 rated players, or 4 above, I think, actually. So yeah, we didn't see much else of the fodder market rise, and the reason being is just because of those requirements. And fodder actually is still, like, if you guys bought into fodder, like 86s and 87s, 88s are pretty much like the same price, if not even a little bit higher than already what you bought for. So you're still looking fine, especially after the big supply today, after the big supply of the weekend. We're still in it for the long haul with fodder. Like, don't panic sell unless you somehow, for some reason, need the coins. Yeah, hold on to fodder that's not 85 rated because it's going to go up here eventually. It's just going to happen. So yeah, if you have 85s though, I'd get rid because you're up like 3K a card. If you bought it like a really, really good time, you're up almost 4K. So yeah, I just get rid for sure. And if fodder goes back down, like the 85s go back down, you just buy them again. Yeah, hopefully you guys made a bunch of coins today off of 85s. And a lot of people like said they invested like 600K, 700K into 85s. If you did, you made some good coins today. So good going on you. The rest of the market was interesting today because we got these random marquee matchups that I don't remember the last time EA dropped a marquee matchups on a Monday. They're called spooky matchups, which was hilarious because so we got some okay packs in here, nothing great, but then we got the prime gold players pack at the end, which everybody got, right? And that made the cards on the market go down a little bit, something that we just did not expect again because you just kind of can't predict that kind of thing. So we had the store pack 2 days ago, and then we had the SBC today, which kind of drove the market down a little bit. But right now it is kind of, some of the market is rebounding a bit. Guys like Virgil van Dijk, Kyle Walker, Ferland Mendy are actually up a good amount. So we actually kind of did call the fact that if we just get the Team of the Week player SBC today, the market should do pretty well tonight. And it did rebound quite a bit. If you bought Ferland Mendy's at like 72K, he's up at like 80K right now, which is pretty awesome. I think Van Dijk was down at like right at that 200 border, and he's now 220. So I think literally today Van Dijk was like just above 200K. Got some decent rebounds in some of these guys. The out of position cards, so like the Perisic was, I think he was like 105K earlier. He's 115 now. So yeah, we're seeing a bit of a bounce back, which is very nice. So hopefully, you know, if some of you guys bought some players, I couldn't be on the game today, unfortunately. I would have definitely tried to buy some stuff, but I couldn't get on. De Bruyne's up too. He's not up a ton, but De Bruyne was like 95K earlier today, so he's up 10K. So yeah, it's good to see that the market kind of rebounding a little bit. I expect it to kind of stay that way into today because I don't know what kind of content we're going to get today. That brings up the next point though. UEFA marquee matchups did not come last week. And we do have Champions League games today and Wednesday. So are we going to see it again? They just dropped a marquee matchups. So I think that's probably unlikely, but at this point, we just don't know with EA. You can tell they're really trying to get supply up right now, like a random marquee matchups on a Monday, and then on Sunday we got that store pack, which they obviously knew was going to crash the market. So there's a chance we get UEFA marquee matchups, which then adds even more supply. But the fact that we could get 3 sets of marquee matchups in 1 week would be crazy. I don't think it's going to happen. At the most we'll see is 2. So if that's the case, so I think that Thursday we'll see marquee matchups because that's when we always see marquee matchups. So I'm not expecting to see UEFA marquee matchups tomorrow, but it's not out of the realm of possibility at this point. So just be aware of that. But if we don't see that tomorrow and the content possibly isn't going to be like that great because of the fact that we got that Team of the Week player pack today, which was pretty good content and it was not that expensive if you had fodder in your club at all. So there's a chance that we see not much today. If that's the case, the market should do pretty well. Honestly, it should, because we saw that big crash. We didn't see a big recovery yet from that big crash over the last few days. Yeah, maybe check and see after or like before 6 p.m. content today if we're seeing a little bit of panic selling. And if we don't get any content, if there's any leaks saying that like we don't get much content or whatever, these cards should do pretty well today. So it's always nice when the market seems like it might go up because that's when you can make some coins, right? Because like last few days, I don't think anybody's made too many coins apart from the fodder investors, which is us. But so one thing I didn't talk about with fodder for some reason was that I still think these other prices are great besides 85s, like especially if we somehow get more supply today, which is a possibility. Yeah, Fodder still looks very good. Like 87 to 16.75. Anything below 17 for 87s I really like. 88 to 22 or lower is perfect. 89s at 30 or lower is perfect. 84s, especially like 2.4K, you know, they're dropping. So there's still some good opportunities here to get fodder. But yeah, if you're here for the long haul, because we don't have any guaranteed SBC that's going to come out anytime soon to like for sure rise up fodder like we have in the past. If you're here for the long haul, yeah, fodder is still a good investment other than the 85s right now. So these out of position cards, they went down earlier today, but they're rebounding a bit. Some of them at least. Fofana still kind of stayed at like 105K-ish for like all day today, basically. He's one that just kind of hasn't rebounded, which is kind of funny. Maybe it's because he has a lot of supply. I'm not too sure, but he's pretty in demand. So it's kind of weird that he hasn't rebounded very much, but Cancelo rebounded. He was down like the 580 mark, I think, at one point. Yeah, actually 570. So yeah, he's definitely rebounded. Nice to see there. We're definitely seeing a little bit of a rise in the market. By the way, side note, what position are people playing this card in? Because I'm so confused. This card does not seem good enough to be like a left wing, right? He doesn't get lengthy. His passing isn't amazing. He's got decent crossing though. 88 is good. Like his dribbling is good and his physicals are good. It's kind of like, where are people playing this card? His defending isn't good. So you kind of like, is it left back? I don't think people are playing this guy at striker. I don't know where people are playing this card. Like 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Like I don't know. I don't know where anyone is playing this card. No traits. 324K to me is just like, I don't know. I don't know where this demand is coming from, but I guess he's 324K. I mean, I could be wrong. If you guys use him and he's really good, tell me in the comments. But when should we buy these cards? Honestly, it's probably going to end up being, you know, Thursday marquee matchup supply. Probably going to be a decent time to buy, especially because there could be another set of supply today, which would be crazy, but it could happen, right? So that'll make these guys go down a little bit more. So it's still a little bit up in the air when the perfect buy time is, but probably your best bet is going to be after marquee matchups on Thursday, because we all know that they're going to get supplied and they usually go down on Thursdays. So even if they go up in the meantime and they drop back to like this price, you're still buying at a decent price, right? Yeah, that's what I would say is probably the best time to buy. Let's look at team of the weeks too, because team of the weeks only have a couple more days in packs, really one more full day in packs, and these guys are starting to get to the point where you might want to look, because if we don't get UEFA marquee matchups today, then they don't really have much more supply on the way. So a guy like Jude Bellingham, now keep in mind these guys are very supplied, which was kind of like last week, but we saw a few rises last week, so I don't love it again this week because there's so much supply of these cards, but there are definitely some that could rise. Jude Bellingham to me is one of them. Ousmane Dembele maybe one of them. It's hard to say. He's 300K. He's rebounded a lot from what he was. He was 275 earlier. He's one that I want to say could rise, but at the same time, 300K for this card is a decent price. I don't love it. I think the one I love the absolute most is going to be Lautaro, who's basically fodder. So Lautaro Martinez is literally the cheapest 87 rated in form. So he for sure, because I just used this card and I actually really liked him. And then Jude Bellingham as well. Bellingham is obviously not the cheapest 86 rated in form. But I think people will want to use this Jude Bellingham card. So I think if they want to invest in anybody, we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, they were very supplied. So this isn't like some team of the weeks where they're like amazing investments. It's kind of like last week. We saw like Leroy Sané somehow went down even more. Like Sané we thought was too cheap at like 40K and he went down even more. Barella has really done well out of packs, but Joe Gomez got hit hard. Like those are the three cards people invested in last week were Sané, Barella, and Gomez. And Barella was the one that really rose because there's a ton of links that really, the Chiesa SBC came out, which really helped this card. It kind of like just propel up in price. And so yeah, it's still possible with highly supplied team of the week that these guys can go up. It is possible, but it's a little bit harder. Another thing we can learn from this year is I just don't think center backs are going to be a good investment this year. There's so many good center backs that, listen, we've had a few go up. Like I remember Inform Tomori went really high, but many of these center backs this year just haven't done very well in price. Like Rule Breakers Team 2 here. Remember we talked about LaCroix, who was like, you know, how is LaCroix 80K? Like this card is crazy good. And he's dropped even more, you know, because there's just too many center backs in this game. There's just too many of them. Only a few have really risen. Sergio Ramos has done okay out of packs. He hasn't gone up that much. So for the most part here, we're really looking at center backs who have really unique links. And other than that, I think center backs are just not really the move this year to look at. That's kind of a few things I've been noticing in the market this year is that center backs just don't seem to rise very much other than like a few rare occasions. So yeah, my favorite cards to invest in this out of position team 1, I kind of want to say it's going to be Fofana, because I think Fofana, even though his links aren't crazy, his card's just got to be so in demand. But then again, he's not really rising right now, but I think there could still be room here. I think we'll just give it a little more time. Investing on Thursday probably makes more sense, but we'll just have to see. We can look at tomorrow's video too, what the prices look like. So guys, also we got the the 80 plus upgrade, which I think, what did it require? Was it like 1 rare? One rare gold, I think. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 golds, and then 1 rare. So 5 commons in this, especially after the supply today that we got. And we shouldn't, hopefully, if there's no UEFA marquee matchups today, we should still see these commons start going up even higher a little bit. Right now they're 550. Are they 600 yet? Looks like they're getting to 600 coins, so maybe they'll be at 650 after today, maybe. And if that's the case, if you invested in these commons at 350 or 400, that's a good investment. As a reminder quickly that, you know, every week we get upgrades on Mondays. A really nice way to just make some easy coins at a low budget is buy these guys at 350, 400. On Fridays, they go for that price because there's so many of these cards listed. Yeah, because we got that upgrade today, and especially if you want to do the upgrades too, and it's even better buying those cards early. But guys, also, let's not forget Road to the Knockouts. Some of them play today. So the RTTKs that we're like looking at that can get upgraded from the wins themselves, Messi is not till Wednesday. He can get upgraded when they play Juventus, who they're going to win. By the way, Juventus, it's like Pogba out, Chiesa out, Vlahovic out, McKennie out. I mean, you can go down the list and it's everybody. So yeah, count that out. Aubameyang's got an upgrade. Who are we waiting on that does not have their full wins upgrade yet? Valverde can't get his. Gerard Moreno is a card that we'll be looking at on Thursday for the Conference League. We got Kulusevski and SBC. So if you guys had this, if you have this SBC, you gotta hope Tottenham win tomorrow because Kulusevski will get his 86, and also they're not even guaranteed to qualify yet, I don't think, so he hopefully can get to an 87 if they can qualify. So I think we're not looking at anyone else today in terms of getting their wins upgrade, right? I don't think we are. I think the only person we're waiting on is Messi, and Messi's is not till tomorrow, so I don't think we're literally have anything to look at today if you did not do the Kulusevski. Yeah, kind of disappointing because look at all these teams lost so many games or drew so many games, like Phil Foden, 2 draws, Sule, 2 draws, Valverde, a loss and a draw. Not many of these cards actually got the chance to get upgraded. Lamar, 2 draws. I wish it would have made it almost like a points tally instead of like having to win 2. But I understand they didn't want everyone to get upgraded, but it does kind of suck. Like we wanted this Lamar to get upgraded, you know, and now he literally can't get any. But oh well, that's how it is. Okay, should we just rip into the Team of the Week pack? I haven't even built it yet, so let me build that quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, here goes. 85 plus Team of the Week player pack. Obviously, you guys probably seen a lot of these already. A lot of people I was seeing were not getting much, but hey, you get the chance at an Mbappe or a Haaland or whatever, you got to take it, and it's not that expensive, so let's go. Who do we get? Spain is pain, and it's Pedri. Okay, well, on that note, thank you for watching. Any questions you guys have, leave a comment down below. I'd love to answer them as fast as I can, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Peace.